and welcome back to Get to Know Arlington Row. This is a video series where we highlight our associates. You may know them on a professional level, but we want you to get to know them on a personal level too. I'm one of the co-hosts, Eunice, and the person we want you to get to know today is Senior Transportation Underwriter Renee Anderson. Renee, how are you today?
I'm doing fine, Eunice. To introduce myself a little, I've been at Arlington Row for 23 years. I'm in the transportation department, and I've done transportation for over 30 years. I worked for another GA for 7 who did 100% transportation, and prior to that, 3 years with a trucking company. So I believe I have a lot of transportation experience, and I get a lot of questions asked every day.
I would say so with the amount of experience that you have. Are you ready to answer these questions?
Go ahead. I'm good.
All right. So the first question that I have for you is, what would you say is your favorite sport and why?
My favorite sport would be karate, and I have instructed karate for about over 30 years. I do not currently do karate ever since COVID, so I probably will not get back into it because, after I'm almost approaching 60 years old, that I don't feel like I want to do karate anymore. I want to do some other things, and I do exercise by going to the gym and those types of exercises. I do things more with my husband rather than in a classroom.
Oh, I did not know that you taught karate. Cool. Okay, so the second question that I have for you is, if you could go back in time, what year would you travel to?
I would probably travel back to 1998. That's when my husband and I got married. And what was so cool is we had a small wedding at a little chapel and just invited immediate family. But then we did a Renaissance wedding, and we did I made all the girls' outfits. It took 10 yards in the skirts. We had swords. We had everybody dressed up. There was about 150 people there. We did, the tables had, grapes and 2 bottles of wine, and we had like little tambourines and flutes and everything else on the tables. And each table had its own flag, and we did the great big banquet. And everybody, when they went up to the banquet table to get their food, there was no silverware. So it was interesting to watch people do turkey legs, and then we gave potato soup with no silverware. So that was interesting. Some people were taking the toothpicks from the cheese and dipping it in the potato soup to get the potatoes out, and then eating it that way, or just, downing it. So that was fun. I would love to do that again as a anniversary, but that was a lot of work.
Especially if you had to. I can't even imagine trying to coordinate all of that, plus making the costumes and everything. Oh my gosh, I wish I could have been invited.
It was a lot of fun. It really was. I've never had so many people remembered my first year anniversary. I got so many cards saying, "This time last year, we were at your reception and we had so much fun." And I was like, I didn't really think people remembered your anniversary, So that was kind of cool.
I think I would remember if you required me to eat soup with my hands in there. So
even turkey legs with your hands.
Turkey legs. I guess you could I don't know. I hope I'm invited to your anniversary then. It is a requirement of our friendship. I've just decided.
Okay. I'll make a note of that.
So the third question I have for you is, if money was no object, what would you do all day?
I would probably do a lot of traveling. I like to go, and I've been to China. I've been to, Ireland and England and Scotland, and I love Scotland. Where else have I been? But it's neat to see different cultures. So in some cultures, you come back to the U.S. and you kind of kiss the ground and saying, I love the U.S. of A. because a lot of cultures don't have it as good as we do. they would really, I mean, and you don't know that until you actually go and visit them. Though there are some beautiful places out there that, are very as nice as the US or better, but yeah, it makes you appreciate home a lot better.
Yeah, I'll bet. So the fourth question that I have for you is, what is your favorite holiday and why?
Mine would be July 4th. I'm big into the fireworks and everything. And also it's our country's holiday. And I have a lot of service people that have been in the service through my family, just in the immediate family. I have like 10 people that have served in the Army, Air Force, Marines. So, that's probably my favorite holiday.
You and Nicole Persifield, both, who I think I referenced in this video as well. So I think Nicole's setting the standard for a lot of these questions. Her favorite holiday is also the 4th of July as well. So that now makes 2 associates at Arlington Row who that's their favorite holiday. So the last question I have for you is, where is the next place on your travel bucket list and why?
And that will be Scotland. I told my husband, I said, I'd love to move to Scotland because the people were fantastic and everything. And I said, let's go live there. And he goes, well, the US, economy is a lot better than Scotland. So that kind of but I can visit there. And I told him, I said, if I ever die, you're going to take my remains and you're going to go to Scotland and you're going to throw them over a cliff somewhere because I want to end up in Scotland. So that is kind of why I like Scotland.
Well, Renee, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to let us get to know you better. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope you can visit Scotland relatively soon. And thank you to all of you who tuned in to get to know us better. We'll catch you next time on Get to Know Arlington Row.